In the movie Eat, Pray, Love, Julia Roberts takes us on a journey across Italy, India, and Bali, not just to discover new places, but to rediscover herself. Travel, as this film shows, is more than ticking destinations off a list. It's about healing, transformation, and reconnecting with who you truly are. When we travel, we step away from routines and responsibilities. The daily commute, the endless to-do lists, the constant digital chatter, it all fades into the background. In the anonymous hum of an airport or the gentle sway of a train, we shed the skin of who we're supposed to be. We disconnect from the familiar grid of our lives, not just geographically, but mentally. This initial act of departure is more than just a change of scenery. It's a deliberate choice to break the cycle. It's the first deep breath after holding it for too long, a conscious uncoupling from the autopilot mode that so often governs our days. We give ourselves permission to slow down, to listen, and to reflect. In our normal lives, time is a commodity, measured in deadlines and appointments. But when we travel, time expands. It becomes something to be savored, not conquered. We start to notice the world with the wide-eyed wonder of a child, the intricate pattern of a mosaic floor, the rich aroma of street food cooking on a corner, the specific shade of blue in the afternoon sky. We begin to listen not just with our ears, but with our whole being, to the stories of strangers, to the rhythm of a foreign city, and most importantly, to the quiet, persistent voice within ourselves that often gets drowned out. Every destination in Eat, Pray, Love isn't just a backdrop. It's a mirror. The places we choose to visit, or the places that seem to choose us, have a unique way of showing us who we are. Italy, with its celebration of dolce far niente, the sweetness of doing nothing, became a mirror for Liz Gilbert's starved senses. It reflected back her need for pleasure, for nourishment, for the simple, unapologetic joy of being alive. The chaotic, vibrant streets of Rome and the comforting embrace of a perfect plate of pasta weren't just experiences, they were lessons in self-love and acceptance. The journey wasn't about seeing Italy. It was about seeing herself through Italy, learning to indulge and forgive in a culture that masters both. And this mirror reflects everything: our deepest emotions, our most daunting challenges, and our most profound lessons. If Italy was a gentle mirror of pleasure, India was a stark, unyielding one. It reflected the chaos of her inner world, the struggle to quiet a restless mind. The ashram wasn't a peaceful escape, it was a spiritual boot camp. The challenge of waking at dawn, of scrubbing floors, of sitting in silent meditation for hours on end, forced a confrontation with her own impatience, her grief, and her ego. It was in this crucible of discipline and devotion that she learned the difficult lesson of surrender. The journey inward is often the hardest journey of all, and India provided the map, demanding she face the parts of herself she had been running from. Finally, in Bali, the mirror reflected a new possibility: balance. Through the wisdom of a medicine man, the warmth of a new community, and the unexpected arrival of love, the lessons of Italy and India began to integrate. Food, meditation, silence, and love were not just separate experiences in different countries. They were the essential ingredients for a whole and healed life. Julia's character shows us how travel can change not just your path, but your soul. We return home not as the same person who left, but as a more expansive, compassionate, and authentic version of ourselves, carrying the landscapes of our journey within us forever. In Italy, she learns the joy of pleasure, savoring every moment, every bite. Imagine wandering Rome's streets, eating authentic pasta, sipping wine in Florence, or enjoying gelato on the Spanish steps. Italy teaches us that it's okay to pause, indulge, and embrace life's simple joys. Food here isn't just fuel, it's therapy. A reminder that self-love begins with self-care. Leaving the sensory feast of Italy behind, the path leads to India, a land of profound contrasts and ancient wisdom. Here, the focus shifts dramatically. The journey is no longer about exploring the world outside, but about navigating the complex, often uncharted territory within. For millennia, India has been a sanctuary for seekers, a place where the external world is intentionally quieted to make space for a different kind of exploration. It's a pilgrimage not to a place on a map, but to the center of the self. This inner excavation happens within the disciplined walls of an ashram, where life is stripped to its essentials. Waking before the sun, the day is structured around practices designed to purify the body and steady the mind. Through the daily discipline of yoga, the body learns a new language of strength and surrender. It's not about the perfect pose, but the union of breath and movement, a moving meditation that untangles knots of sorrow. Then comes the practice of sitting. In meditation, Julia's character, like so many on this path, confronts the relentless chatter of her own mind. At first, it's a storm. But by returning to the anchor of the breath, again and again the storm slowly subsides, revealing moments of profound stillness and clarity. This ancient path to inner peace is not confined to India. From the foothills of the Himalayas in Rishikesh to the serene beaches of Kerala, countless ashrams offer sanctuary. And this wisdom has traveled, finding fertile ground in places like Bali. Here, the principles of yoga and meditation blend seamlessly with the island's own deeply ingrained spirituality, creating unique havens for healing that fuse Indian austerity with Balinese grace and lush natural beauty. Perhaps the most transformative practice is embracing noble silence, or mana. A silent retreat can seem daunting. The idea of spending days without speaking, reading, or even making eye contact is a radical act in our hyper-connected world. In the first few days, the silence can feel deafening, amplifying the inner chaos. But as one persists, a remarkable shift occurs. The external silence seeps inward. It's in this profound quiet that a deeper listening becomes possible. The subtle, intuitive voice within, so often drowned out by daily life, finally has a chance to be heard. It speaks not in words, but in feelings of clarity, insight, and deep self-acceptance. This is where the journey's purpose reveals itself. It was never just about seeing new places. It was about gaining a new way of seeing. Travel transforms from a horizontal movement across the globe to a vertical descent into the soul. The souvenirs are not trinkets, but moments of breakthrough and newfound resilience. The inner landscape, once a place of turmoil, is slowly remapped. Old wounds are revisited with compassion. New pathways of peace are forged. This is the ultimate destination, a return to oneself, whole and at peace. Finally, in Bali, she finds balance between pleasure and discipline, self-love and love for others. Bali offers sacred temples, yoga retreats in Ubud, healing ceremonies, and beaches where the sunsets feel like meditation. Here, travel becomes about reconnecting with people, community, and love itself. Bali reminds us that sometimes happiness is not found in escape, but in connection. Eat, pray. Love shows us that travel is not just about discovering new places, it's about discovering yourself. It's about asking big questions in small cafes, finding peace in temples, and meeting parts of yourself you never knew existed. Sometimes, a journey across the world helps you return home to yourself. We've all felt it. That deep, persistent whisper telling us something needs to change. A call to step away from the familiar, not just to escape, but to find something we've lost along the way. This is the heart of a transformative journey, a pilgrimage back to ourselves, much like the one Elizabeth Gilbert and later Julia Roberts took us on. It begins with the courage to listen to that inner voice, and the first stop is often about rediscovering pleasure. Think of Italy. It's more than just a destination, it's a philosophy. It's the permission to indulge, to find joy in the simplest of things. Imagine the satisfaction of kneading dough, transforming flour and egg into silken pasta. the sound of a new language, clumsy at first, then flowing with newfound confidence. It's about savoring every bite, every conversation, every sun-drenched afternoon. This isn't gluttony. It's a profound act of self-love. It's about nourishing a soul that has been starved of pleasure, relearning the language of "I am worthy of this joy." It's the eat phase, a delicious, life-affirming rebellion against the notion that we don't deserve happiness. Then, the journey turns inward. We travel to a place like India, not for its sights, but for its silence. But this silence isn't empty. At first, it's deafening, filled with the noise of our own minds, the worries, the regrets, the endless chatter. The pray part of the journey is the discipline to sit through that storm. It's the pre-dawn wake-up calls, the structured rhythm of meditation and yoga, the stripping away of external distractions until all that's left is you. It's a confrontation, a difficult but necessary one. And slowly, through that dedicated practice, a different kind of silence emerges, a deep, resonant peace. It's the discovery that the divinity, the answers we seek outside, have been dwelling within us all along. And finally, there is the search for balance, for love. A place like Bali embodies this integration. Here, the joy of the senses and the peace of the spirit learn to dance together. Imagine cycling through emerald rice terraces, the landscape itself a form of meditation. Seeking the wisdom of a local healer, not for a magic cure, but for a gentle realignment of your own energy. This is where we learn that love isn't just a romantic pursuit. It's the love you cultivate for yourself, the compassion you extend to others, and the profound connection you feel to the world around you. It's watching a sunset paint the sky, feeling the lessons of Italy and India settle into a harmonious whole. It's the realization that you are capable of holding both profound joy and deep peace within the same heart. Whether it's Italy's pasta, India's silence, or Bali's sunsets, these places are metaphors for a journey we can all take, the journey to heal and transform. Your eat might be learning to paint in Paris. Your pray could be a silent retreat in the mountains of Japan. Your love might be found volunteering in Costa Rica. The geography is secondary to the intention. Like Julia Roberts in Eat, Pray, Love, the ultimate discovery isn't a new country on a map. The true destination is a rediscovery of you, stronger, more joyful, and more whole than when you began. So what does your journey look like? Where will you go to find your own version of Eat, Pray, and Love? We hope we've sparked some inspiration. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys with Do Next Adventure, where every trip is a chance to unlock the secrets to smart travel, and more importantly, to rediscover yourself along the way.